is up, YouTube? Been a minute since I've updated you guys. Kind of went into a little hiatus mode during peak week, but that was intentional. I wanted to just kind of focus and not really have any extra stress or any extra stressors that can come from YouTube and social media. Without all that being said, we did pretty fucking good at the show. I got 4th place in 0 to 75 transformation class, and then I came in first again for comeback. So at the Summer Shredding Championship, I came in first in my first year in competitive bodybuilding, which is pretty nuts. Yeah, still kind of speechless. Just trying to take it all in. I'm really proud of what I put on stage. I'm really proud of everything I did to get there. It definitely was not easy. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. With that being said, it was pretty simple. All I had to do was follow what my coach told me to do, eat my meals, do my cardio, get my steps, get my training, just follow the plan. Those last, 7 to 10 days leading into the show, I was really super low energy. Really, you get to that point where you kind of, questioning why you're doing what you're doing. So at that point, it becomes more of a mental game almost than it does a physical game. So here we are. Today is Tuesday, the 16th. We are 3 days out from the show. The morning of the show, I was 221.8, which is the lightest I have ever been in my adult memory. When I entered high school, I was 6'1", 200 pounds. When I graduated high school, I was 6'4", and about 235, 240. Definitely not as much muscle as I have now, obviously, but at some point in high school, I was my current height and my current weight, but I have no clue when that was. Because you're in high school, and back then I didn't keep track of that shit. But this morning, woke up 225.4, so I'm pretty happy with that. Saturday night, went out, celebrated with food. I didn't drink any alcohol this time after the show. I didn't feel like I needed to. My brain wasn't as wild as it was the first time. What's funny is I couldn't even finish all my food when we were at dinner. I could have really gorged myself and stuffed myself to oblivion, but I had eaten enough to where I was pleasantly full. I'd say about a 7 or 8 out of 10 on my fullness meter. And being a glutton, my fullness meter is pretty high. So I'm pretty proud of myself. As seeing on Instagram a lot, the non-scale victories. That was definitely a non-scale victory, because I was proud of myself for just stopping when I was satisfied. I had had enough. Because honestly, has been and is one of my biggest struggles as far as me staying in shape, me losing weight, not going overboard, not binging. And that was all not on Retta, because I took it out myself about 10 days out from the show. Retta has a half-life of about 5 to 7 days, so I think it's like 4 to 7, 5 to 7. But I knew that we were going to be eating some vegetables. I knew that we would potentially have some higher carb meals, some bigger meals. So I wanted to be able to have the digestion and the ability to eat what I was supposed to eat. That's what I did last time in June. That's what I did this time. It seemed to work really well. Before that, I was taking 5 milligrams of Retta a week, which is not, it's not nothing, but it's not the highest dose I've ever heard of either. But it's pretty high. The research, they tested up to 12 milligrams a week, so it's about like half the maximal clinical dose from the research studies that they're currently doing. So anyways, but I started that back this morning, so this rebound can be successful, so I don't binge. Oh yeah, so after Saturday night's dinner, Sunday we woke up, my dad made, he actually had found one of the grocery stores when, as soon as we got in to Houston, we went grocery shopping so I could buy, my protein and start cooking and everything. But my dad found this Reese's Puffs pancake kit. So it came with like the pancake mix, an actual like, I don't know, sandwich sized bag full of Reese's Puff cereal. And it was one of those easy recipes. Like, you literally take the mix and you add milk to it, you mix it up and cook it. Like, and then we added Reese's peanut butter chips, Heath bar chips, to the pancake as they're cooking. And then when it was done, you added the Reese's Puff cereal on top of that. And while I was there, I also found the Maple Grove Farms sugar-free syrup. Well, I found a strawberry one, and it was ridiculous. It was really good. So I added some of that to the pancakes as well, and then also added some grape jelly, just regular old ass Smucker's grape jelly, to make literally like peanut butter and jelly pancakes. And man, let me tell you, you can go to whatever restaurant you want, but those damn pancakes, whew, it was wild. Then we went to Alpha Land. Actually got a decent workout in. We went, like, it was the Alpha Land Bash, the post show bash. So went there, did that. Got there about 11. I think we left at 2:30. And it was supposed to get over at 1. So yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, it was supposed to get over at 1. We left at 2:30. So it was a lot of talking to people. I did get a good workout in. I got to play with a lot of equipment that I don't have access to at either of the 2 gyms that I have memberships to. So that was really cool. Alpha Land, I don't know, I've said it a million times, but Alpha Land's just so fucking cool. It's literally like Disney World for bodybuilders, or anyone who's into fitness and working out. It's honestly, hands down, the best gym I've ever been to. And when I build my gym, I want people to say that about, my space eventually. I want them to praise the shit out of it like everyone else does Alpha Land. I mean, everything from the equipment to the vibes to the staff to what they offer in the storefront, their apparel section, supplement section. They have an actual restaurant in their facility. And I didn't even eat any food while I was at that one either. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about Alpha Land. But anyways, we left there. Then we drove like half an hour to go get some barbecue. The brisket was pretty good. The ribs were, they said glazed and candied ribs, and they were not candied. My ribs are way better. My ribs are actually sweet. This was like dry rub, and then they just put like a wet sauce on top. So it was just like salty, wet ribs. I only had 2. But then they had what they call baller mac and cheese. It's mac and cheese. It's bacon. It's fucking brisket. All in this mac and cheese. And let me tell you, that was the best thing that we had from their menu. Hands down. Like, I could have just gotten that and had a full meal. But then again, there too, I got to like a 7 or 8 on my, fullness meter, pegged out right there. And I kind of just, wiped my hands, wiped my face, and said, that's enough. I got my fill. So I'm super proud of that. And I did the same thing earlier that morning with breakfast. I could have gorged myself again, been super gluttonous. But I stopped when I was satisfied, and the cheat meal was worth it, so to speak. So then later that night, we just hung out back at the Airbnb. I think Dad had a bowl of cereal for dinner. I ate pretty much all the free sample protein bars and protein treats from the show, and then a little bit of candy, like Sour Patch Kids and sour Skittle gummies. Just shit I'd really been craving these last few weeks before the show. But again, even then, I stopped, fullness meter around 7 or 8. So, I learned from last time, and I'm going to learn from last time. I'm not going to have any of these crazy ass binges during this rebound, because I'm really trying to actually take this seriously and more from a professional standpoint. So I was treating it like a job. So the goal right now, per Ross, and I agree, is stay as lean as possible during this rebound. Obviously the calories are going to go up. They already have. He sent me an update today. But it's nothing crazy. It's a little bit more rice in some of the meals than I was having during prep. A little bit more fats. Like, I think I actually have almond butter today. On my rest days, it's essentially the same structures as before. The meals are almost damn near the same. It's just more carbs for certain meals. I actually get intra-workout carbs now. Again, back on the plan. I'm excited about that. Today's leg day, so switching it up. Instead of legs on Thursdays, we're gonna go legs Fridays moving forward, at least during football season, because doing legs and then having to work football games either the same day or the day after doing legs it ain't it, as the kids say. But I definitely have more energy now. I'm sure you guys can tell just watching. But focus for legs is posterior chain, and other focus from judging feedback was chest size and density. So I agree with with both of those things that I was told. You know, that's what I see too. So, which is always good to have some affirmation and confirmation on what you think your weak spots are. You know, professionals are telling you the same thing. After the show, we had judges' feedback. I actually got to talk to Big J from Big J Fitness or Extreme Fitness. I forget what his Instagram handle is. But, you know, he told me, he asked me what my plans were, which, you know, next steps from now until next summer is basically just to get as jacked as possible and stay as lean as possible in the process. So next summer, I'm going to get my extra skin removed from my abdomen. I have some like inner thigh and like upper thigh, and I also have some like just the smallest amount like lower chest. But I feel pretty confident that I can fill those spaces out with muscle over the course of between now in the summer, and then after the summer. My goal is to recover, you know, completely recover from the skin removal, heal up, not rush anything, not rushing back to a show, but then start competing again in 2027. And if the schedules line up and if the timing is right, I think the first bodybuilding non-summer shredding show I want to do is the Dexter Jackson Classic. Few reasons. It's local, it's in Jacksonville, so I wouldn't have to spend a fuck ton of money traveling, hotels, all that stuff. It would be a lot less stress because I can sleep in my own bed. I don't have to worry about damn near anything except getting to the show. And then number two, originally that was going to be my first show ever that I was going to do. I had picked that show, and then literally like 2 months later is when Avery was diagnosed with cancer. So it'll kind of be a full circle moment to do that show in 2027. So as of right now, that's my goal, that's my plan, and just gonna keep working every single day to get there, just like I have been. You know, when I first started with Ross, I had no intention of competing in bodybuilding. But here we are, literally like almost 2.5 years later, almost to the date, I think. So you never know how your life's going to go. You never know which route, which path you're going to go down. All you can know and all you can control is the effort you put in every single day, and whatever that is. It doesn't have to be the gym. It doesn't have to be fitness. You know, just your life, being a dad, being a mom, you know, being a good employee, you know, just doing the shit you're supposed to do. When people are watching, especially when people aren't watching, you know, don't take your days for granted. I was watching a podcast today, and something was said that like was very eye-opening, but it was so simple. The guest of the show said, "You only live one day," which is pretty powerful. So what he meant is we're not guaranteed tomorrow. Everybody knows that. All you can do is live the day you've been given, which is today. Can't worry about tomorrow. Can't focus about what happened yesterday. All we can do is kick ass today. So go kick ass.